Hi everyone. Okay, so hello, say hello to Pippa. Say hello, Pippa. Yep, Pippa's saying hello. Right, so today I've got half a chicken breast because I used one yesterday. I'm going to use back bacon. I'm going to use some, what's this? Yorkshire blue cheese. Yeah, he's using up. Some spinach. Jacket potato. Broccoli. And some Greek low-fat yogurt. Okay, and I'm going to make something with the spinach and the cheese and the Greek low-fat yogurt, like kind of like a pasty thing. I sorted the chicken out so it's completely flat, and I'm going to mush it all in and then wrap the back bacon around it, so it's like a kind of wrapped chicken thing. Cook the broccoli in the saucepan, and I'm going to have jacket potato. See how it goes. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, it's really, really important. Cut a broccoli stalk off and give it to Pippa. Because they're really good for her and she really likes those. As you can see, Pippa's been playing with the broccoli stalk. Pippa, don't play with your food. Okay, so I'm going to chop up the spinach now into quite small pieces. Okay, so that's the spinach chopped, and I'm going to pop it in a bowl. And so that's just a handful of spinach. Now I like quite strong flavours, so I've decided to mush it up with this Stilton, and I'm going to pop it in the bowl together, and then I'm going to put in some Greek yoghurt. Then I'm going to pop it in the microwave and see if I can kind of heat it up into it's some sort of texture that I can then use to stuff the chicken with. Okay, so that's just one tablespoonful of Greek yoghurt in the bowl. I'm just waiting for that's potato finishing now, so I'll pop that in the oven, and then I'll put this in the microwave for about 30 seconds and we'll see what happens. I'll melted it down so it's like that, and I'm going to mix it all in, and then I've got the chicken breast all flattened out, and then I've got the bacon that I'm going to wrap around it. Okay, shall we see how it goes? Okay, so that's mixed up so it's like that. I'm going to try and pop it into the chicken. There's quite a lot there, so it won't all go in. Okay, so I've got about half of it in, okay, like so. And I'm going to roll it up like a roulade. What I'll do with the other half is I'll just pop it back in the microwave, and then what I'll do is I'll put that in the jacket potato. I might have to heat it up again just before we eat it. Okay, so I've folded the chicken in half, and then I've wrapped the bacon around it, okay. You can see it all, how it all looks, right? And then it'll probably all come out in the dish, but we'll pop it in the oven. It'll probably take, I don't know, I'm guessing about 20 minutes. Yes, Pippa, you don't need to lick that, thank you. So we'll just keep an eye on it though and see how it's cooking. Okay, so I've just popped that out the oven. It's been in the oven for 10 minutes now. Can't see, I'll have to put my knife in, but I think maybe just give it 10 more minutes, and I'll pop the broccoli on the hob now. Okay, so the chicken's had 20 minutes in the oven now, so that's ready. So I'm just going to start plating up. So just to tell you how I do the potatoes, so you can see I've cut it into 4, and then pinch there just to open it up. And that's a trick I learnt from a restaurant that I worked in, or cafe I worked in years ago. Okay, so again, put the rest of the cheese and spinach and Greek yogurt and tried it. And it is absolutely divine. So just with the chicken, can you see those juices are quite clear? Yeah, that's a sign that it's cooked. So that's the finished product. Gonna use some tongs and put that on the plate. So that's the finished product there. Ordinarily, if I'd have done a full chicken breast, then I wouldn't have needed to put the blue cheese sauce into the jacket potato, and I'd maybe just had that with a knob of butter. So I'm going to tuck into it in a minute, and then I'll give it a rating afterwards. Hi everyone, so it's National Nacho Day or something like that, was it? Burrito, whatever. Anyway, so I'm going to do something to mark the occasion, something quite tasty, but really healthy option instead. Okay, so first of all I'm popping frozen wrap, wholemeal wrap, in the oven. Just bring it in for probably it's going to take about 10 minutes, maybe a bit longer than that. 200 degrees, fan assisted, and just keep an eye on it. And as usual, Here's Pippa. Say hello, Pippa. She's helping as well, aren't you, Pippa? Good girl, Pippa. Okay, and just while that's doing its stuff, I've got some cheese out to grate to go on them. I'm going to make some tomato salsa with that, a coriander and a lime. Got a pepper, I think I'll just put that on it. And I've also got a ripe avocado to make some kind of guacamole. So I've chopped some fresh coriander up and I'll put that in a bowl. Okay, so I've put half a teaspoonful of sugar in it and a dash of white wine vinegar and then most of the juice of a lime, and I'm going to now chop up some tomatoes and pop them in. So I've added the tomatoes and I've mixed them all in, and that's that one now ready. That's the avocado halved and pitted. Now I'll just scoop out with a spoon, chop it all up, squeeze a little bit of lime juice over it, and then I'll just get the Greek yoghurt out of the fridge, and hopefully the wrap will then be cooked. Chopped up the little pepper as well and mixed it in for a bit of colour. Okay, and I've grated up a small amount of cheddar and red Leicester so I can put it on top, and then I'll melt it in the microwave. Okay, that's now gone crispy, so I'll break that into little bits in the bowl. Okay, so that's finished, and we'll just do the crunch test. Yep, that was pretty crunchy to me. Now I'll pop the cheese on, and obviously if you wanted to be really, really healthy, you wouldn't put any cheese on it. You just put the guacamole and the tomato salsa on, but we'll pop that on, and then I'm just going to put it in the microwave for probably about 40 seconds just to melt all the cheese. Okay, so that's all the cheese melted, and I'm going to put everything on top. And there we are, there's the finished dish. Now I have only put half of everything on, mainly because I'm having chicken fajitas tonight, so oh, that's really, really good. Chicken bits here that I've saved from roast chicken last night and put them in a plastic bag, and I'm going to have them tomorrow as a fajita. So I've got some chilies there, I've de-seeded them, and I'm going to chop them all into small bits and pop them in the bag. I've got 2 cloves of garlic, they're sprouted so they need using up. I'm going to crush that in the garlic crusher, and I'm going to put some, I think, lime juice in there, and some chili oil. I've just seen it, I've got some here, and a bit of honey, right? And do I want anything else in there? I've got some classic red wine vinegar, right? So I'll shove some of that in there as a bit of a marinade, and we'll see what it tastes like tomorrow when I cook it. Okay, so I put the ingredients in, and I've just mushed it all up in the bag and ziplock it shut and pop it in the fridge, and we'll have it tomorrow. And just as an afterthought, I popped some coriander in with it as well. Okay, so yesterday I marinated all this chicken up, and I'm going to make some fajitas now. I'm going to chop up a red onion and the 2 mini peppers. And Pippa's here assisting, pretending not to try and steal something from the counter. Ready, Pippa? Okay, so there's some onions and the red pepper and yellow pepper chopped. So I'm going to put the onions in the frying pan now. Okay, so that's the onions cooking nicely on the hob. I'll give them a couple of minutes, and then I'll add the peppers. And then the chicken's already cooked because I say it was leftovers from a roast meal. And so I can just put that in at the end just to heat it through, and then put it in a wrap. And I got the wrap out of the freezer. Wraps are great to freeze. You can just take them out as and when you need them then, and you're not wasting any if they go off. Okay, so that's the peppers now in. I'll just leave those to cook for just a minute or so, and then I'll add in the chicken. Okay, so that's the chicken added in as well, stirred in. I'm just going to cover it just for a couple of minutes, just to make sure it all heats through properly. Okay, so see, that's all nice and steaming, all cooked through, really hot, so that's ready. So I'm just going to pop it in the wrap. Okay, so now I just literally have to fold the wrap over, like so. Okay, and then pop on the Greek yogurt and the avocado and the salsa. Okay, so here's the finished product. Of course, it was completely made up, so I'll test it and I'll give it a mark out of 5. Now, this was nice, but I think it could have done with a little bit, maybe more marinade, a bit more garlic, a bit more heat and chilli. So I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5.